here, All Things Music. So we're doing mix prep on this song, which or this particular project. We've done a bunch of videos on this already. So what has happened since then? Everything has been committed, right? Don't be afraid to commit. People are said, well, what if I want to change the sound later, and so on. The virtual instruments that were provided, I committed it. They had some built-in processing, really built-in processing, trying to emulate an SSL EQ, like a 4000 series EQ and G-bus compressor, which is really odd for individual instruments, but it was committed, so I dialed it in there and I just said I'm going to commit, and one of the longest journeys I think, at least that I've taken as an engineer, has been to just to learn to just trust my gut, right? Learn to trust my instincts. Like, hey, I think that sounds good, commit. Back in the old days when we were mixing, back in the old days, when I'm talking about when I had like a 4-track recorder, we had to get the sound pretty much correct. Didn't want to use a lot of EQ or anything because all I had was 4 channels of audio. That's what they did back in the old days too. They would commit the sound to tape. So they'd print the EQ, they'd probably print the compression, and so on. When they expanded to 8 or 12 or even 16 tracks, yes, there's 12-track tape machines, by the way. Just so don't hate, but they actually did exist. They might actually even print the effects, not directly on the individual track, but on a separate track, right? So they would blend it in. So I printed everything here, and I do have some of the processing after the fact, because as a reminder, this project was started several years ago and then it was stopped for a number of reasons. So now I just need to organize things. So we've got a bunch of these tracks here that have been committed, and then these just need to go away at this point. So I don't know what lead synth double is, element, sharp attack. Let me just see actually what this sounds like. A and A2. And we're just going to hide them somewhere, right? Let's see here. It's opening it up, obviously. I hope I'm not going to have to... Okay, here we go. Solo. Okay, why won't it let me solo? Oh, that's not good. There we go. Error overload. I love that when it does it. It's not there for a reason, so we are going to hide and make inactive, and that's what we're going to do with all of these. Any tracks we don't need, now that we've committed everything, we're just going to hide them. We're going to clean up the entire session, right? So let's save this, and then let's select that. Bass MIDI option 2 committed. No, we don't want that. We do want this. Nope. Yes, we do want that, and we want that. And we want the snare dry. This. See, I'm clicking everything here that's hidden. If it's in italics, it's hidden. Right, so we're going to move this all here. I don't know why this is here. That's bizarre. Kick snare overhead's interesting with processing. Just going to move that over here to kick snare with processing. Where's this ending up in? And what is this here? Is this a committed track? No, it's dry. No processing. I don't think we need these here. And then what's this? What does this say? Kick 2 wet. So we're going to just hide these. There we go. And hide and make inactive, right? Boom. So those are all moved here, right? Now that we've gotten all that out of the way, we're going to leave these plugins here because those were part of the mix that was started years ago. Fortunately, I still had this mix on one of my hard drives. So I can kind of pick up where I left off. But again, we're going to have to make some choices here because there's almost too many options provided, right? So let's hear this here. Yeah, I don't like how this sounds. Is there any kicks here that are committed? That are, no .cms. Okay, so we're going to do that as it is, right? I don't really like how this sounds. How did this end up this way? Okay, we may put a question mark on this. We're going to deactivate this for the time being. Make inactive, make inactive. Let's see what we can get away with, right? Can't play anything, of course, because we have OBS on. Usually adds a little bit of aura to it. Now let's go here to this. So we don't like the sound of those two. We might blend these together. We have this snare VC going on here, so that might help us hide and make inactive. And then let's go here. This is going to be the tough part, right? As you can see, we got a lot of stuff going on here. We should probably organize this. So if we want it based on the group, like overheads and the room mics first, or do you want it based on the what it's emulating? Or sorry, what the virtual instrument is. Let's do it by mic groupings, I guess. So like overhead and all of it. So hi-hat room stereo. Oh, this is room. Let's do hi-hats. Yeah, let's do hi-hats here. Do you want hi-hats? I think the room mics should be together, so we're going to do this. So we're going to do room mics together. We can see RM. So we're going to move this. No, we might regret that later, by the way. Let's just hear what we hear first, right? So we got RM, and we've got hi-hat, overhead, hi-hat, overhead. Hi-hat, room. Sounds really, sounds turned on really low, so let's just accentuate this VU meter. All right. It shouldn't do that, no. For VU meter, you gotta be kidding me, right? Well, they're certainly different enough, right? We might split these up here because of the VU meter. These aren't bad sounding if we kind of want to keep them. So we're actually going to do this. Split to mono. No, it's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's just pick the tracks we want first. How are we on time? We're 14 minutes into this. We're going to make another video where we finish up the rest of this. So